Hey guys, now I'm going to share with you a newer flow that was inspired by a class that I took while visiting Las Vegas, and I was at the Core Pilates studio. If you're in Las Vegas, you have to check it out. It's a fabulous studio. They have two locations, one in Somerville and one in Henderson. I could be wrong on the names there. But anyways, they use the TheraBand a lot, and I really liked it. So I came home, I played with it on my reformer in my own body. I made a few changes because I couldn't quite remember everything they did, but also they had different equipment. So I wanted something that would adapt better to my equipment. So I tweaked it a little bit here and there, and then I wanted to make it my own too. So anyways, we're gonna start with a TheraBand, and I have a TheraBand. It's about 5 feet in length, and it's the blue heavier resistance. It's not the super heavy, but it is definitely heavy. Now I'm gonna thread it underneath the short box strap right here. So I thread it under there. I have one blue spring on. What do you say we get going here? So I'm gonna stand up on my reformer. Oh, also guys, I have my foot bar on the bottom shelf. So I'm gonna start here like this. I'm gonna do my left foot first so that I can face the camera. So I'm gonna have my left foot on the carriage, my right foot is gonna be on the platform. Now I've taken the TheraBands so that I have a strap on the inside of my leg, but I also have a strap on the outside of my leg. If you have both on the inside, it's gonna be a bit awkward. So you wanna make sure that your leg is centered in between the TheraBands. So from here, first I just wanna practice an easy lunge. I wanna feel comfortable with the movement before I start layering on choreography and some resistance here, right? So I'm just gonna lunge here like this. I'm gonna take a great big inhale, and then I'm gonna exhale, pressing into the reformer foot. I'm gonna press heavy into that heel. And again, hips are square. I typically do sets, or I'll do sets of 8 here. I'll start with 8, even though I'm not adding the arms. When I add the resistance with the arms, it takes the work out of the legs a little bit, and I want my legs to feel it because they're along for the ride too, right? So I want my legs to get a good chance to get a little bit of burn. So we're gonna say that was our 8th one. We know it's not. Now, I'm gonna add the arms here. I'm gonna extend up. Thumbs are facing up as I go into a deep lunge, and then exhale, I'm gonna resist the TheraBands pulling my hands back down. And again, I'm gonna inhale, lift up. I feel the deltoids, the tops of my arms. Now I wanna recruit those lats, the muscles under my shoulder blades, to resist it closing. I've got 5 more here, guys. Here we go. Big inhales, I open. Remember, breathe with however it's comfortable for you. If you're a Pilates teacher and you breathe the opposite than I do, that's totally fine. Just make sure on every exhale you're contracting those abdominal muscles, and as always, lifting from that pelvic floor. I feel like I've got about 3 left. I'm not a perfect counter. For 3, out those armpits as the hands come down. I've got 2 more. Last one right here. Now, I'm gonna change the movement of my arms. Now, I'm gonna extend them to the front. Thumbs are still facing up. I'm gonna resist the TheraBand lowering my arms. Same cues apply here. I've got 5 more. Now, my legs are still feeling it, but let me tell you, my arms are definitely feeling it. 2 more, guys. Now on this last one, I'm gonna hold it out here. Hands are gonna stay here. I'm gonna slide the foot front and back, front and back. Now that I'm comfortable with the leg, let's add the arms. I'm gonna punch for 6, 5, whoo, 4, I'm out of breath already, 3, I've got 2, last one right here, whoo. All right, bringing it home. Now let the carriage close. I'm carefully gonna turn towards the camera. I'm gonna keep my straps where they are. I'm gonna go into a side speed skater. I'm gonna bend the carriage leg first. So I'm gonna practice the movement first. And back down. Now if you wanna bring your hands on your hips, you can. I kinda like to keep them extended because when I pull on the strap, it actually helps my foot come back in. And again, I want that leg to have to do a little bit of work. So I've got 5 more here. Inhale. My nose is going right over my toes. Chest is right over that thigh. 4 more. Leg is feeling it. I've got 3. I'm lifting up from the pelvic floor, contracting those abs as I come in. I've got 2. Last one. Okay, now I'm gonna add the arms. Thumbs are facing up. Here we go. Reach it up for 8. Whew. I've got 7. My spine is long. I'm not dumping forward or hunching forward. For 6. Whew. 5. Again, those lats are kicking in here. For 4, I definitely feel the tops of my arms, my deltoids, but I'm trying to recruit those lats right here to resist the bands pulling my hands down. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now, I'm going to take my TheraBand and I'm going to have it in between my legs here now. Toes are slightly turned out, knees are soft. So they're not locked, they're not obviously bent, they're just a little bit soft. So I'm gonna practice opening the carriage right here. Now I'm gonna lift up from that pelvic floor. I squeeze those glutes and I drag my heels heavy back in. Now remember, I'm just going to do a vanilla version first. So I'm not gonna add the arms until I've done about 8 of these. So it gives people the opportunity, if they only wanna stick with this version, they absolutely can. So I've got about 4 more. For 4, now, I have mirrors on the side right here, so I'm able to get a side view of myself. I'm making sure my head is staying over my tail. I don't want to hinge forward right there. I want to make sure my head is over my tail and my tail is directly over my heels. Let's do just one more right here. Really feeling those inner thighs, definitely feeling the booty right here. Okay, now we're going to add the star, thumbs to the ceiling. Open, connect under the shoulders, drop back under. I've got 7 more. I'm staying within my limitations. I don't go too far. Some people are able to go much farther, but I know my limitations, so I'm gonna stay there. It's not a competition. 3 more. Whew. 2 more. Last one right here. Now, I'm going to transfer my weight over to the platform right here. I'm going to go ahead and change my strap around a little bit. I have 1 strap behind the leg, 1 strap now in front of the leg, and that's practice first, right? So here I go. I lunge down, and I am hinging forward with my spine, but the spine is long. I'm not hunching. I got to keep a nice long spine from the tip of the crown of my head to my tailbone. 1 long line. And again, I'm practicing it. Bring your hands on your hips, or you can bring them here. Trying to get that right leg, a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of heat going. 3 more. Last one. Now I'm going to take one of the bands and bring it underneath my leg so that I have a band on the outside of my leg and on the inside of my leg. Now I'm going to add some arms. Thumbs are facing up. I still have all of my weight over the platform foot. In fact, with this reformer, I can feel my leg touching the foot bar the entire time. Now, if you do this on an Allegro 2, you don't have to lower the foot bar, which is really nice. Back up. I've got 5 more. For 4, 3, 2, last one right here. Good. Now, I got to undo my strap like that. My strap is just going to hang out. I'm going to bring both of my hands onto my foot bar, and my feet are going to be tandem on the carriage. I have my right foot behind the left foot. I'm going to go into a side pike. I'm going to inhale, open. Now I'm going to press into that right hand, cinch the waist as I drag the feet under. I've got 7 more here. Getting that core a little bit more involved. Exhale, draw it under. So if you attend my studio in Draper, Utah, this will be a part of our Holy Shizzle Sculpt Reformer classes. We like to give our classes some fun names. Anytime we use any resistance, handheld resistance, we throw it into our sculpt classes. 3 more. I'm trying to distribute more weight in my right hand than my left hand, so I really feel that right waist working. Now, I'm gonna lengthen out one more time. I'm gonna pause, holding it right there, shifting my weight over the right hand a little bit more. I'm gonna tuck it under. I've got 8. Exhale, draw it under for 7. The waist is drawing that foot under. I'm keeping my hips lifted. Often I see clients start to drop their hips like that. Then they can't use that waist very much. So you gotta keep the hips up a little bit. So there is a little bit of lateral flexion right there. I've got 3 more. I'm really feeling the waist now. Last one. I'm gonna hold my plank. I'm gonna turn my toes to the center. So now I've squared myself off right here. I'm gonna inhale, prepare, exhale, scoop the abdominals, drag those toes under. I often refer to, if you had a tattoo on your low back, we sometimes call it a tramp stamp. You wanna imagine you're lifting that low back tattoo up to the ceiling. So you're really rounding out that low back, hollowing out that lower abdominal cavity to create the lift. The legs, you guys, are just going along for the ride. Here I go. Exhale up. Now I'm gonna lengthen it back out just like I did on the side. Now I'm gonna add some tucks. Exhale, tuck. Aiming my nose towards my knees for 5. Deflate those abdominals as you draw it in. We've got 4. Exhale, draw it under for 3. 2, reaching that low back tattoo up to the ceiling. Last one. Now my left foot is gonna come, or my right foot is gonna come onto the platform. Same foot that was already on there. Now, I'm gonna take my strap. So I have 1 strap on the right side, 1 strap on the left side. I'm gonna center my foot just a hair, and then I'm gonna come upright this way like this. Just practicing the lunge first. Remember, you wanna layer on the movement, layer on the choreography. So it gives people the opportunity to feel the movement before they decide if they wanna continue on and layer on more challenge. So it's perfectly fine for clients to want to keep this movement happening right here, not adding the arms. All right, now we're gonna add the arms, thumbs up. There we go. Woo! I got 7 more. For 7, heart rate is up. I've got 6, 5, still breathing. Same cues apply for every movement here. I've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna hold it right here. Go a little lower, pulse the arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back in. Now, I gotta switch feet right here. I'm gonna work backwards now, guys. So my right foot comes on the carriage, my left foot comes on the platform, and my straps are still on either side of my leg. I'm gonna come up, oh so carefully, and I'm gonna just, a little wobbly, take it down. We all have little imbalances, little shakes like that. Totally fine. I've got 5 more vanilla lunges here. For 4, I'm letting my arms open just a little bit for balance. I've got 3, 2, last one. Now I'm gonna come down. As I come down, I reach the arms up, exhale back up. For 4, again, I'm resisting by drawing those shoulder blades down. I've got 3 more. I'm getting sweaty now. Heat is definitely going. For 3, 2, last one. I'm gonna hold it. Remember, I go an inch lower, pulse the arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I am exactly halfway done with the lunging portion of this flow. So now from here, I'm gonna bring both of my feet onto the carriage. I'm gonna start with the front planks. So I'm gonna come up to releve. I'm gonna open. Now I'm gonna scoop my abdominals, deflate those abs, drag my toes under. I've got 6 here. Shoulders are over my hands. You can always do more. So I'm letting my legs just go along for the ride. I don't want the tops of my legs to do the work. I want that lift from the pelvic floor, the hollowing out the abs to lift the hips, which drag the toes under. Now on this last one, I'm gonna hold right there. That's me anticipating the transition. So I tell my clients, one more, go out and hold, wait for instruction. Now from here, you're gonna deflate the abdominals around the back, draw the knees under. Try and sniff your knees. Inhale, open. Deflate those abdominals. I want to think about creating a giant capital letter C in my spine. I really want to round as much as I can. I've got 3 more. Last one. Now I'm going to open back out and I'm going to pause. Now this is my transition to the other side. I simply turn my hips and toes towards the right, so my front door. I'm going to distribute my weight over the left hand. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips away from the floor as I drag that left foot, the back foot, towards my back hand. Keeping my weight in that left hand. Shoulders are over my hands. And again, inhale, opening. Exhale, ride that left hand, that back hand in. Whoo, definitely feel that left arm and left waist. In combination with the TheraBand and this, my arms are definitely feeling it. Now guys, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna go out and hold, anticipating the tuck. So right here, tuck it under, keep that bottom waist, my left waist lifted. I'm hollowing out this left armpit to keep that lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, almost there. Last one right here. Whoo! Okay. Now my left foot comes onto the platform. I'm right here like this. So now even though I'm working backwards, I'm going to start with the simpler version first. So that means just practicing the side lunge. I'm going to do the platform leg first. I'm keeping contact with the foot bar the entire time. Remember, I do an entire set with no arms. Nose is going right over my toes right there. Now because I'm taller, I'm not able to lift my arms very much without activating that TheraBand. So I'm just lifting them just enough to give me a little bit of balance. Keeping my nose over my toes, contact with the foot bar, trying to get that left leg to work. I've got 2 more before I add the arms. Okay, now here we go. Adding the arms. I'm going to look over my left shoulder, lift the thumbs up. I've got 8. Whew. 7, still keeping weight in that left leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right here, and 1. Good. Now I'm going to go the other way. So from here, I'm going to go into my star. So kind of fumbled with my straps there just a hair. So now my toes are slightly turned out. I'm going to inhale, open. I'm just going to practice the open. Exhale, draw those heels under, squeezing those buns without adding the arms. That's why this flow is a little bit longer. We're basically doing 2 to 3 sets of every movement. 3 more. I've got 2. Last one. Now I add the arms. Here we go. Thumbs to the ceiling. Whew. Resist it, closing. 6 more. Right here, resist. Feel the tops of my arms reaching up to that star, and I resist as it comes back in. Good, and I'm keeping an eye. I have a mirror in my side vision right here to make sure I'm not hinging forward. I want to keep my head right over my tail, tail right over my feet. Last one. Inner thighs are on fire. So are my arms, actually. Now, I thread the strap through my legs so that now from here, I can go on to the side speed skater, practicing bending just the right leg first. Right here like that, press into that heel, drag it back under. And again. I've got 5 more. Nose is going right over my toes. For 4, my reformer foot is slightly turned out. It's not quite a warrior. It's a little bit more of a side speed skater. For 3, definitely feeling that reformer leg. I've got 2. Whew, last one right here. Now we add the arms. Here we go. Thumbs to the ceiling right here. 8, resist it closing. Now if I wanted to make it even more challenging, I'm on a blue spring, which is a half spring. I could go to a yellow spring, which is a quarter spring. It's totally up to you. I do weigh about 140 pounds. The more you weigh, the lighter the springs feel when you're standing on top of the carriage. This is resistance. Whew. Now if I wanted to on this last rep, I could hold it like we did to the front, just do the arms. Let's try that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it home. Now, I simply turn this way right here. Remember, we have 3 variations on this one here. So I just practice the lunge, nose is over your toes, slightly hinging forward right here. So I want to find a little bit of a hinge that recruits the glutes. Now, even though I'm hinging, I'm not rounding, right? I got to keep a long spine from my tailbone to the tip of my head. I've got 3 more. I call them vanilla lunges because we're not adding any choreography. Whew, still breathing, still lifting from that pelvic floor. This is 2. Last one. Now, I'm going to add the TheraBand. Here we go. Reaching it up. I've got 8. I'm going to resist coming back down. For 7, resist. 6. Whew. 5. 4. 3. 2, last one. Now I'm going to change it up after this one right here. Now the hands go to the front. 8 more, 8. Now the legs totally feeling it. Swallow those arms. 7, whew, 6. As long as I have a nice, strong, connected core, I really can do anything as long as I'm connected there. I know my limitations, of course, but I feel much more comfortable, much more confident if that strong is core. The core is strong. There's my dyslexia right there. All right, we're gonna go out and hold it right here like this. Practice just the leg. Arms are shaking, you guys. Now we're gonna add the arms. Here we go. 8, almost there. 7, whoo, 6. I've got 5, 4. This is like the grand finale right here. 3, 2, last one. Whoo. All right, so, but I'm not done. So there's a second part of this flow. I actually have 3 parts here. You may have noticed my hair is now in a ponytail. I was getting pretty sweaty. I am a big sweater when I work out, so making videos with my hair down is kind of hard. So anyways, I'm gonna come down, and now I'm gonna bring my foot bar up to the middle shelf. Some people actually prefer the top shelf, but I am 5'10", and the middle shelf is just fine. If you have clients who are a little bit shorter, then definitely bring the bar up to the top shelf. They might prefer that a little bit more. So now we're gonna do some floor lunges here, still using our TheraBand, still on one blue spring. And then we're gonna do some leg kicks around to the other side. We'll do some lunges there. Then we're gonna take our reformer work and move that direction, okay? So let's go ahead and start. I think I can do this all in one take. I'm gonna take my TheraBand, it's all the way open. I'm gonna step on the center of it here like this. I don't want it to be rolled over at all. So I'm right there like that. Now, I'm gonna find a nice deep lunge here like this. I want a nice long spine. Whenever you hear me refer to a long spine, think the classical work. You know, the long spine with your feet in the straps. It's done with a nice, straight, strong core versus short spine with a rounded spine. So I'm gonna refer to that long spine here. From the tip of my head to my tail right there is one long line. Now I can hinge forward, but the spine is still long. I'm not rounding this way. Whenever the spine is long like that, I'm able to engage those lats. Now that's exactly what I want to work, the lats and the triceps here. So I'm going to lunge down. I'm going to feel the bent leg a little bit, and I'm going to pull it back for 10. I'm really trying to recruit those lats to do the work. Definitely feeling the tricep, and hello, I'm feeling this leg, my front leg as well. I've got 8, going a little bit lower. For 7, drawing those shoulder blades down. I've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now this last one I'm going to hold right here like this. I hinge forward and up for 10. Definitely feeling that left leg, the bent leg, in the glute and hamstring. 8, and my arms are shaking, you guys. I've got 7, 6. Whenever you hear me starting to hoot and holler, that means my muscles are feeling it, getting a little heat going. 5, 4, I'm actively trying to keep the hands behind my legs. For 3, 2, and 1. Right there. Now I'm not done. I'm going to step just a hair closer to the reformer. And now my right foot is going to come onto the carriage against the shoulder rest. Just going to practice a lunge, still working that left leg. Now sometimes I do this without a spring, but because I have the variable of the TheraBand, I think I'm going to stay with the blue spring. You could take the spring off, make it a little bit harder, but I'm not able to balance as much because I'm holding onto the strap. So I'm going to choose to keep that spring on. All right, 3 more vanilla lunges. I'm lifting from that pelvic floor, contracting those abs on every exhale. Guys, it's feeling it. And 1. Now I'm going to cross my strap here like this, and I'm going to pull 10. I've got 9, 8, 7. You really can do any of our arm variation you want. I just feel like I haven't done this one yet in this flow. 5 more. 4, 3. You could easily do a row like this. Last one. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. That's what I tell my clients. They know when I say that, that means it's about to get interesting. All right, so I take both of my straps like this. Make sure your foot bar is locked down. Mine is. All right, so my hands are going to be over the strap to keep my strap where it is. I'm going to lunge down. You've seen me do the flying lunge before. Well, now it's going to get a little bit more interesting. From here, I kick it up. Hello, left butt cheek. Definitely going to feel that. 8. Woo! 7. 6. Buns are on fire, you guys. 5. Whew. 4. Notice I'm not rushing it. There's almost a slight pause right there at the top. Oh my goodness. 2 more. Left butt is on fire. Last one right there. Now I got to get to the other side. I've already done pikes, side pikes, all of that work. So how am I going to get over there? I'm going to show you how. I'm going to go ahead, release the strap right here, give it a little break. I'm just going to toss it right there. So now I worked the left butt. Let's give it a break. Let's work the right cheek here. So I'm going to start with a curtsy, and I'm going to lift up. Curtsy, lift up. 8, 7. Left leg's feeling it still. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to hold this one right here. I do little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I curtsy, kick up, swing over, hands up, grand plie, hands down. Now right here, I use my hands to recruit those obliques to lift the leg up and over. Giant rainbow with my feet, hands up, butt down. Hands down, lift up, curtsy, leg up, hands up, butt down. Let's do 3 more here. 2 more. You'll notice in my flows, I rarely stop to change the equipment around. My flows are efficient that way. The more time I spend moving, the less time I spend switching my equipment around, the more work I'm getting. Whoo, guess what? I'm on the other side. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this here. So here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, up, foot down, hands up. Whoo! It's a lot of work. Curtsy. Now some clients, you guys, are not quite tall enough. Their femurs aren't quite long enough for them to reach over. So for that case, I have them do a grand plie here, face front, kick, curtsy, kick, grand plie, hands here. Get creative. I never want a client to have to sit and exercise or part of a flow out. So it's the same cues, it's the same breath, everything's the same. They're just not swinging their legs over. Let's pretend I did 6 to 8 of those. Now, from here, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my strap work here. So I open up my TheraBand right here like this. I make sure it's fully open. I don't want it to be balled up or rolled at all. It has a tendency to snap that way. Now I'm gonna squat down as low as I can here like this, finding that nice long spine that we talked about earlier. Connect under the shoulders, pull it back. I've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I hold it right here. I go into that hinge. 8, 7, really focusing on drawing the shoulder blades down. Chest is open. I'm lifting from that pelvic floor. Core is nice and connected. 4, 3, I think I may have added a rep there. 2, keep pulling those hands back. They're creeping front. And 1. All right, now from here, I bring the strap up here like this. Just wrap it around, hands go right on top of that TheraBand. I love this. So we did something like this in that class that I took in Las Vegas. I loved it. I believe the teacher's name was Sam. So thanks, Sam, for the inspiration. And then I just practiced the lift, making sure I'm in the right spot. Now I'm gonna add the kick. I'm gonna do 8 of them. Right butt is getting the work. 8. Pause at the top, remember. 7, it's not about how high you kick. Got 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right here, and hold. Whew. All right, I'm definitely going to be feeling this tonight, maybe tomorrow. Now, this next bit I actually got from watching a video Courtney Miller did. So I get inspiration from everyone. I try to give them credit. It may not be the exact same way she did it, but it's pretty similar. So I really love her work. She's creative. So I folded my TheraBand in half and then tied a knot in the center. Now I'm gonna take the loop right here. I'm gonna bring it over my shoulder rest. Now I'm still on one blue spring. You could do this on a yellow spring, but I kind of felt like the blue spring was great. So I'm gonna work my right leg first. I'm gonna stand into my carriage here like this. And I have my risers right here, they're gonna help me. I also have my sitting box strategically placed on the back of my reformer. It's gonna come in handy. Now the class that I took in Las Vegas, they didn't use the box, so you can do it without the box. The box actually is a little bit easier. So I'm gonna work the right leg first. So I'm gonna bring my left foot behind like that. Now, I'm gonna come down a little bit lower. I kind of scoop my toes up a little bit so they're closer to the shoulder rest than the reformer, and I pull. First instinct, people think it's the pulling leg that's doing the work, but actually the standing leg is gonna get most of the work. So once I feel comfortable here, abdominals are tight, I'm lifting up from that pelvic floor. I'm gonna bring my hands to a little praying position. You can reach them here, here, but I'm gonna hold this. I'm timing myself for 30 seconds right here. I'm gonna stay low. I keep cueing my clients on this to make sure their nose is right over their knees and their toes and that they're staying low. Everyone starts to creep up a little bit higher. So you wanna stay as low as possible. Nice strong core. I got 15 seconds left. Woo! Right leg is definitely feeling the burn, you guys. I've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna pull it, hold right here, up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, my hands are gonna come onto the risers to give me a little bit of balance. I'm gonna lift my feet up behind the strap. Now you can either stay here, or if you prefer, you can bring your hands, a little clumsy right there, hands onto the box. That's where I'm gonna be. Now, my shoulders are over my hands. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, scoop the abs, lift it up. I've got 6. Whew, trying to not use the legs and trying to use those deep transverse abdominals to create the lift. Whew, 3 more. Tailbone to the ceiling. 2, whew, last one. Now from here, I'm gonna take my right foot out. Or sorry, my left foot is out. And it's gonna come up to the box here like this. Now, if you're a little bit shorter or your legs aren't quite as long, you can also pull your carriage out a little bit in the gear, and it's gonna make the reformer closer to the back of your reformer, so it's not as far of a pull. You can also have your foot down here like this again too. But the elevated foot changes the dynamic of it a little bit. Now, I'm gonna keep my hands on the risers, and now that right leg, the pulling leg, is doing the work. That's why I stepped forward with the left foot, so that the right leg would continue to get the abuse. 30 seconds is on the clock. I feel like I've done at least 10 seconds. Whew. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, from here, I'm going to start over like this. So, that foot is actually going to stay there. It should not have come out of there. We're here like this. All right, so I'm going to start low. I'm going to practice the pull. Remember, it's not the pulling leg now. But now that the foot is lower, it's going to be the stabilizing leg, the standing leg. Now I feel comfortable. 30 seconds is on the clock, working the standing leg. Woo! I've got this. Connecting under the shoulders. Abdominals are tight. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the pull, lift the hands up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to bring my hands onto the box. Last time I brought them onto the shoulder or onto the risers. It's a bit easier to get into it from here. I'm going to come back to that plank position. This time I'm going to tuck the knees under for 6. Low abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, really rounding that back. 1. Right foot is going to come out because I want the left leg, the pulling this leg, This time to do the work. Last little bit right here. Can you hear me breathing? All right, I'm gonna keep my hands on the risers. I wanna stay low. Connect under those shoulders. Pull it out. Here we go, 30 seconds. Whoo! Definitely feeling that left leg. It's a good one, you guys. I love finding a new movement that I've never seen or done before. It's like candy. I can't get enough of it. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And there you have it. So that is a great flow. It takes about 35 minutes to get through from start to finish. And it's a great switch up for your clients. I love it. Can you tell I'm drenching in sweat? I'm dripping in sweat. All right, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Dynamic Pilates TV.